ladies, this video will create the Mint Macaron Just Because card. So let's look at all the pieces you should have in your kit. So this pink textured frame, the white stitched frame, a vellum stitched frame, this flower die, and two really soft pink little flowers, a piece of ribbon that you will create that little bow, and then the card piece itself, which I've embossed this with the basket weave, and I just put in part of the paper into the floral embossing folder, because the idea was I wanted to see the embossing from the front of the card, but then I wanted to make sure you had some smooth paper in order to write your message, and that will be hidden when they first see the card. So that was the point of doing it that way. So we're gonna just go ahead and glue these two pieces together before we start working with all the other small pieces. So I'm gonna do this with you. Just adding my adhesive on the back of this. A little stray piece there. You can put an extra down the middle. And then when you line this up, I just try to keep my border equal all the way around. Hope my head wasn't in that shot there. Okay, so that piece is down. And this is just like a very simple cut and fold card, and I ended up using this piece that I cut off of a normal A2 card to create this panel. I really like that tone on tone for a card, and adding some texture to it really, I think, is really pretty. So we're going to just go ahead and put adhesive on the back of this. So far everything's down just nice and flat. And again, same thing. I think I cut this piece for my sample a little smaller than your piece, so hopefully you have a little bit smaller border than that. Okay, so that's the base of your card that's put together. Now the rest of it is going to go together like so. I love these stitched frame dies. I just think they're really fun how they fit together. So these pieces are all going to go like this, and we're going to add the flower, and you can do it any way you like. You can have more of it popping off the side. You could have more of it with the green background, however you want. And really then this piece can go also wherever you want. I like seeing, you could do it like just all centered like this, but you'd only have a small piece of that flower die showing. So I want to go this way and keep this panel a little lower so I see more of the flower. Okay, so that's how those are all going to go together. And for this one, I might pop up this word die piece, but otherwise everything I think is going to go flat. And I've mentioned in a prior video, but if you didn't watch that video, I cannot stamp the images for you, pre-stamp them. It's against the Stampin' Up! Policies. So you will have to add your own word stamp to this, and you can either use a soft pink ink, or if you have Mint Macaron, that's the color of the paper that I used here, so that will match perfectly. But pink would also look really pretty. And if not, you can use the good old standby black, a brown, a gray. They would all look really pretty with any kind of word image. So I'm going to use the Mint Macaron, and I'm going to use this. This is a brand new stamp set that's going to be available June 3rd, and it's called Lovely You, and I just think it's super pretty. I really like the font and the words that are on here, so I'm going to use the Just Because from this stamp set. This is a very juicy pad, so I'm just going to tap it just lightly. And you can always test it on a scrap piece of paper too, if you want to just make sure that you're getting all the ink on there. And then take your time. I'm gonna kind of lean over here just to get this lined up. There, very pretty, very soft. Okay, that's it for stamping. Now, when I start to put this together, you'll see that this die still has probably lots of little pieces still in it. If you have this tool, that's really handy to try and get those extra pieces out. You can see them kind of just flying out. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and use a pair of scissors to get those out. There, that looks good to me. I think I might have just a couple stray ones still in there. There. Looks good. All right, so that piece is ready. My pink ones look like all the stray pieces are out of that. So I'm ready to go and put this together. So for this piece, I'm gonna start by attaching my pink flowers, and I'm gonna do that with a glue pen. I like to work with my glue on a scrap piece of paper. So there's one. I'm just gonna lay that right over top of the base white piece. Just adds a little extra to your card. Same with this one right here. And you know, you could do that with all the leaves as well, but I just wanted to just add just a touch of extra color to this one. So now I'm gonna just decide where I want this flower image. I think I want it fairly high because I have my word panels to put on. And I want a little bit over the edge, but not too much because I can't put any adhesive there, so it's gonna be quite loose. So I think this looks good to me, and I'm gonna glue it all down flat. So I'm just having a look. These ones won't have any glue behind, and then this piece right here, but I need to make sure I get some glue here and on most of this piece. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add my liquid glue. I'll try and remember my pieces that don't need it. These ones right here. Hard to remember that. And I'm just going ahead, and this is why I like to work on the scrap paper. So I'm just going ahead and just kind of dotting some of this on. Because I want to work fairly fast so it doesn't start drying on me. Almost done. Okay, I think that'll do it. And then get this down. Again, keep it high. And then just hold it in place. There we go. I think I put a little bit behind that flower, didn't I? I guess I wasn't paying attention. That's okay. That'll just dry. I'll leave it like that so that it can dry. And then I think I'm finished with the glue pen. And now I'll put these pieces together. So that I love vellum. It's just a really pretty, subtle piece on a card, but your adhesive will generally tend to show through. So because of that, and because this is gonna be over the edge a little bit, I'm going to keep my adhesive for the pink piece just to this side so that nothing will show over here. Okay. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep it nice and sturdy. Just try and line this up. Sorry if I'm getting my head in the video. That looks pretty good. Then see how you can see a little bit of the adhesive showing through here? I don't want that to show on my card. No, this is gonna pop out, so I don't like that. So I think I am gonna just go with 2 glue dots, even though they might show, I think, being circular and equal. I think it'll look just fine. That's the only challenge with vellum, is trying to find a way to cover it up. So I'm going to just put my glue dots on here nice and even so that it'll look intentional. If you do see it through, it'll look like, yep, I meant to put that there. There we go. So it shows through a little bit, but not too bad. And it'll only show when you're looking at it from this side. Okay, so then the question is, will I pop this up? You know me, I do like to pop everything up, don't I? I think I will. I think I'll pop that up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I'm going to go with 4. Sorry for my head over here. Just getting that lined up. There we go. Isn't that just so pretty? I just think that's just really pretty. I just love how these stitch labels, this is all from one set of dies. I just love how they work together. I think it's super pretty. And you can just have this one with this one, or just these two together. Yeah, anyway, it's just really pretty. And then I'm going to add a little bit of twine right there on the bottom. It just helps. This word was a little long, and so I needed it right there in the at the widest point of this, and so I've got a little bit of extra white down there that I want to cover up. So I'm just going to add a glue dot right there. Release paper. There we go. And I already pre-made this bow before doing this video, but basically I just doubled the twine and made a bow. So just to give it a little extra, because twine is pretty thin. But I really liked that just real subtle look of that pink and white twine on there. All right, so there's the last piece, and then it's about where is it going to go, and I want it for sure at least half on this side. So I'm going to just add the adhesive again. The vellum will show, so keep your adhesive behind, or on only on the part that's pink, that you can see the pink. Otherwise it'll show through at the front with that vellum. So I'm going to just get that back there a little bit. And then see where I want this to go. Go right there. There you go, and there's your card. I think it's just really pretty, very subtle, but lots of texture, a lot going on, even though we couldn't do a lot of stamping. So I hope you enjoy that. Thank you.